I'm just trying to, okay, I haven't logged off. I thought I had logged off, but I haven't. So that's good. So let me introduce Ritu over here. Ritu is a practicing counselor. She's a therapist with a flair for entrepreneurship and passion for early childhood development. Ritu is the founder and the head of Little Oaks Preschool and Activity Center. Little Oaks is a product of Ritu's passion and 20 years of dedication towards the cause of early childhood education. And Ritu contributes to curriculum development. She also conducts teacher training workshops for educational institutes on a national level. So welcome, Ritu.
Welcome,
Thank you
Ritu.
so
So nice
much.
to have you over here.
Thank you so
Amrita?
much, Amrita and Bela.
And Amrita, can you share our video as well so everybody knows who we are?
Oh, yes. I just forgot Ritu, but do you all know us? Correct. Hi, I'm Amrita Rajpal. I'm an early years specialist. I've been teaching for 22 years, but I've been learning my whole life. And that's why I have a company named Edu Learn Grow. I'm passionate about creating learning environments that are engaging, meaningful, and fun for children. I'm also a sports nutritionist, an avid traveler, an active Rotarian. I'm the territory head for the Early Childhood Association Mumbai. I'm the founder of EduLearn Grow and the co-founder of the ABCD show.
Hi, I'm Bela Kutwani, also known as Big B. Big for the size of my heart and B for Bela. A fun-loving person with a great sense of humor and a passionate pickleball player. National Core Committee member of Early Childhood Association, founder and principal Cosmic Kids International, co-founder Puppet Maestros and the ABCD show. An educationist and a puppeteer who helps teachers to make learning fun for children by using puppets as a tool for teaching. My vision is to help parents and teachers raise emotionally intelligent children.
Welcome to season 2 of the ABCD show. First of all, we'd like to thank all our viewers for viewing our show, for being so committed to your own learning, and for showing us all your love. We are all geared up to get you the best educators to enhance your skills and to take your knowledge to new heights.
We have some really exciting basket of offerings. We have our ABCD shows where we will call experts to talk about their best practices. We will introduce you to some really value for money and effective products and services. And we have some incredible courses that will help you gain mastery in the subject.
Season 2 has a different format. We will have Ask Amrita and Bela on alternate Wednesdays, where you will ask us your questions on child development and we will revert. And on the other 2 Wednesdays, we will have ABCD shows with speakers, or we'll showcase new products or new ideas and innovations.
So, parents and teachers, email us your questions on topics relating to early childhood development, education, and rearing on the ABCD Show 6 at gmail.com. And we will be back with the answers on Facebook Live. Waiting to see you soon.
Okay, so now you know all about us as well as Ritu. And now let's talk about our topic today. So our topic today is having a quick action plan that includes different learners for your blended curriculum. We all know that the first 5 years are the most important years of a child's life. as in the case of brain development, learning, experiences, relationships. In the last year and continuing even now, we still haven't opened schools. Now the question is teaching children who are in this stage of development, sensory motor stage and pre-operational stage. And Ritu, you are here today because you have run an online school successfully right from the inception of the pandemic.
Yes.
So we're going to be starting with what are the challenges that you faced?
See, there were a lot of challenges because when the pandemic fell, it was not something which anybody imagined that this is going to happen, you know. This was not something. It came all of a sudden. It came out of the blue. It was very shocking. So it took a while for everybody, including the schools, including the educators, to actually understand what is happening. And there were a lot of challenges that we faced, beginning from how for us to get up and start moving, because the children were to grow. It was pandemic, it was lockdown, we did not know what is happening tomorrow, but it did not mean that the children who are growing are also going to take a pause year or pause months where, you know, they will stop their brain development and they will switch over later and switch on later. So yes, the educators had to keep moving, and I would really like to on this platform put a big thanks to the ECA committee, where they really helped us a lot, specifically Dr. Swati Popat ma'am, who kept us going. And one thing that she kept saying, that resilient workers are going to win this over. So that was one thing, you know, that we took forward, and challenges were to come, but we faced. So the biggest challenge that came up was from the parents. First, from our side, I would say, from the school's point of view, because I run a preschool, it's playgroup and a nursery program. So we cater to 1.5 year and 2.5-year-old children. So here, the first point was that it's okay if my child takes a break here? Why does why is it required that my child should come to the school also? It is absolutely okay. On the second hand, we were also seeing a lot of schools shutting down. A lot of preschools shut down in this period of time. Playgroup program were not taken forward by the formal schools also. So it actually, was saying that, yeah, it is maybe okay, but it is actually not okay, because these children are next year coming to your own school for nursery. And if the right development is not going to take place for them in the playgroup or this formative year, that is 18 months to, I would say, 24 months or even 36 months, the 1.5 1 year period, if they cannot miss, otherwise there is a lot of lack of development which will be seen when they come to the nursery. So this was something which challenge was to be accepted by all the educators, and I think all the educators have done a fair job by doing what they have done. So even so this were the basic challenges that we actually faced. Yeah.
So was it easy
Teachers,
to
parents,
convince the
both.
parents? That was more
Sorry?
difficult, right? Was it easy to ask the parents to continue with education? How difficult was it?
Absolutely not. It was
Yeah?
so difficult because Bella, everybody had only one thing to say, you know, that what is the need? What is the need? So we had a lot of parents, we had a lot of, I would say, days and weeks. Nursery wanted the school, but playgroup, it was very, very challenging. Everybody felt ki kya zarurat hai? What is the requirement? The family members, the biggest problem, hurdles was the screen time, that we don't want to give the screen time. But yes, the parents were anyways giving the screen time in regards to phone or, the television or laptop, where they were showing YouTube videos. But that is also screen time. There were many parents who said that we haven't shown the screen to the child. So yeah, these were the two big challenges from the parent side that we faced. And why itna fees also was a challenge.
Right.
Why should we pay so much fees for online school when the kids are not coming offline? So these were the three big challenges that we.
Parents, teachers, school, rents, I think
The
lots of.
teacher side challenges were very different, Amrita and Bela, because coming online and teaching was very, very difficult, because when the teacher is coming to the school inside the classroom, she's teaching behind a closed door where it is just her and the children. A teacher is a person who's going to become a child when she's with the child. A preschool teacher is going to have that, childlike feature in her. She goes nuts and crazy when she's doing any topic. She gets into the topic. If she's talking about a dog, she's going to be on the four legs in the classroom, roaming around the children. So she's going to be her. But now coming online, it is like, coming in front of the whole house. The
Right.
complete house is going to watch you. So it was even more challenging for teachers.
Very true.
True,
Yeah.
true, true.
And what about the curriculum? Did you have to bring a change in the curriculum? What was your format for that?
We had to bring a lot of change in the curriculum, because as I just said, that when the children are coming to the school, when the kids come to the school, I will speak more about the playgroup and the nursery children. So these children, when they're coming to school, see, they are not settled. So they settle inside the classroom when they come to the school. So this teacher who's going to settle these children is going to basically use her complete body to settle them, from her head to her toes. It's the body movement, the body language, the voice modulation. There are so many props she brings to the classroom. The activities are done in a very, very different, creative, different kind of very comprehensive ways. She brings in a lot of things in regards to charts and flashcards, and she makes it sure that each and every child is taken care of, each and every child is looked upon, each and every child is nurtured. There is this physical touch that she can give, which is not possible online. Online, connecting to the child was one challenge that we saw. The second challenge we saw was, how do we make the children sit? Because the one thing that the parents kept telling us was that even if my sister is calling, no, even if my mother is calling, my child is not sitting in front of the phone. So how are you going to make my child sit in front of the phone? So how will you do this? So this were two biggest challenges. So when we started our nursery program, it took us 3 weeks to understand that how do we manage, because these children were just not ready to sit, just not ready to sit. We started our playgroup program in August, and believe me, they sat in the matter of 3 to 4 days. We thought, how did this happen? Nursery kids took a long time, playgroup kids immediately sat. The reason we understood was that nursery children had come to the school in the playgroup. So for them, school is this classroom. For
Right.
them, this is where they belong, so they know what is coming to the school, what is going to the park. So these children I'm talking about is kids born in 2017. They had come for nursery last year. So these children know what is the idea of a classroom. A teacher is in front of me. I meet my friends. So for them to blend into, and the transition for online was challenging. For playgroup, the attention that they got was from the teachers, because from March to July, they were stuck inside the houses. The lockdown was real lockdown. So when we were making the curriculum, so we prepared the curriculum monthly, Bela Amrita. We did not prepare a curriculum for the whole year. We were doing trial and error stuff, and we were preparing the curriculum. So one important thing that we saw was, when we were doing nursery trial and error curriculum planning and development, that it is very important that the teacher is confident. A, because if the teacher is not confident, if I am not throwing my voice the way I am supposed to, because it is just the upper torso of a teacher which is visible. It is just the expression. It is only the hand movement with which the teacher is able to attract the child. Secondly, it was very important for us to understand that the child is sitting inside the house. Okay, so whatever changes we may bring, but if the house conditions are not right, like for example, if the child is being seated in the drawing room, where there is a doorbell ringing again and again, where there is movement happening of people around the house, where there are people talking, where there is somebody watching TV, then this is not something where the child is going to concentrate on what we are saying. So no matter how good curriculum we develop. So we also took these sessions for children, for the parents, giving them SOPs that how do you make the child sit for the session. And most important compulsive thing that we had put was the addition of a speaker with whatever device that they are utilizing, because there are different kinds of learners. There is a visual learner, there is an auditory learner, there is a kinesthetic learner. No matter what kind of a learner, they need sound falling in their ear. So even if you come to a classroom, no, the teacher is, I wouldn't say screaming, but she's much louder compared to the way she will speak. Otherwise, for kids to listen is not, if I talk softly, a child is not going to pay attention to me. I have to be a little loud. So this something is something that we understood, that a speaker attached is very, very important. Now the changes that you are saying, that what we brought in the curriculum, we brought a lot of changes in the curriculum. We had to completely change our entire curriculum. We knew what we wanted to deliver, but the entire delivery we had to change, where we made everything very activity based. It was a complete activity-based curriculum that we shifted into. For example, so we basically blended the auditory learners, visual learners, and kinesthetic learners. Because when the child is coming to school, the school curriculum is in regards to this, where there are different kinds of learners, and the teacher has to deliver a curriculum which is, connecting to all kind of children. So even in the online, it is very important for all the schools, all the teachers to understand this one simple thing, that there are different kinds of children that you are going to cater to. There is one child whose listening is outstanding. There is one child who is visually more equipped. There is one child who's going to keep moving in the classroom. So she needs that movement. So we also as adults are either of these three learners. So there were, we had a lot of friends of ours in the school days who would, if we say that, this heart diagram I'm talking about, and this friend would absolutely know what is above the diagram, what is below the diagram. She can also say the page number to it. She can illustrate that quite, similar to that. They have photographic memory. So those were visual learners. There were a lot of our friends who would keep talking and reading loudly when they are studying. These are auditory learners. And there were a lot of friends who would just walk and study. These are kinesthetic learners. So the way we can understand, classify them at an older stage, we can also classify them at a younger stage. But then it is challenging to do this online, where it is not possible for all the teachers to, understand that which kind of learner. So the best is to blend the curriculum in a way where we are catering to each and every kind of learner. So even the visual is engaged, even the auditory learner is engaged, even the kinesthetic and tactile is engaged.
Yeah, so basically you're looking at everyone and you're creating a curriculum that caters to everyone.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very,
Yes.
very important. Can you give us some examples of these? And also I want to know, what are these SOPs you gave the parents? Which are these things that the parents needed to know about an online class?
See,
So
first
even
of
the
all,
teachers over here can use them and, ask their parents also to, or be aware of what they need.
absolutely. So, first of all, it was very, very important that the parents understand that when the child is coming to the school, the child is not going to walk inside the class and tell the teacher that, come on, teach me. It is going to take a lot of days, I would say 25 days, 40 days, for the child to settle and child to accept the ambience of the school, the classroom, accept the teachers, accept the furnitures. So it takes a long time. So this was one important thing for the parent to understand, that even in the online session, the child is not going to, from the day one, sit in front of the screen, ke, chalo sikhao mere ko. It doesn't happen like that. So the parent also has to be patient, where the parent gives the school some time, the teachers some time to understand their class. and then engage the class, because every child is very different. Every class is going to be very different. So it's very important that we don't copy paste the curriculum. So if even we are developing a curriculum and we have say 11 sessions going on, so in all 11 sessions we cannot copy paste. Okay, whatever is happening in session 1 should happen in session number 10 also. It's going to be according to what the child is accepting. The second thing that we had requested the parents was, as I already mentioned, the speakers, that there should be speakers and avoid phone. Either bring a laptop or a tablet, or there are a lot of things coming where you can enlarge the size of the screen. There are a lot
Right.
of equipments which are coming. There are a lot of things which are coming for the same. Next, we said requested the parents that don't become teachers. So when the child is in the classroom for 2 hours, the child is not completely paying attention to what the teacher is speaking. And it is the responsibility of the teacher to engage the child, not the parent. So if the parent is going to continuously nudge the child, soon teacher, what is the teacher saying? Reply to the teacher. You are actually, making the child very dependent instead of the child being independent. Because in the classroom, this does not happen. So it was very important for the parents, for us to make the parents understand that stop becoming the teachers. Be the parent. Let the teachers do what. If the child is not sitting, it is a teacher failing somewhere, not the child. So these were the few things that we had requested. Also, we had asked the parents to give children bathing time before the sit for the session, because we have seen in the current scenario the children just wake up and are in front of the screen. We also had requested not to make them sit on the bed or something which is very soft, because for concentration you need hard surface. For concentration you need a backrest also. So we also had requested, so we had given a long list of SOPs. We had taken sessions with parents before we started sessions, and we kept giving them help whenever that they required.
Very
And
important.
yeah,
Very
the
important.
other question
That
that
parents are
asked,
also aware of what is happening.
yes. You had asked also, what did we do, right? How did we
Yes.
blend
Yes, we want you to show us some
yeah,
examples
I
of
will, I
what you
will do that. So as I said, as I already spoke about blending the three learner techniques,
Learners.
where you are able to touch each and every child. So it is very important for a teacher to understand that a child cannot sit for 40 minutes or 30 minutes or 20 minutes. It is not possible. So you have to include something where there is a lot of movement happening. So I will be sharing a few videos of what we are doing. So it was, there were a few children who sat very immediately, and there were a few children who had some issues. So this is one technique that we had done. Here you will see this child. You can see a blue triangle there on the floor. So during the class session time, the parent would say that you have to, this is your classroom. So this is a blue triangle and you sit. So we had asked parents to make these kind of structures, triangle, square, whatever shapes that we would be introducing, we would ask them to do this, and this would be their classroom. And we would keep asking the children after every few minutes to now get up and jump and go into the square. So I will say what happens with this. When you're doing something like this, the child, is engaged in a way where the child has some relationship to the class. There is some ownership, because when the kids come to the school, specifically, I would be talking about the visual learners, they have their favorite seats. They have that one place that they come to the class, even if they're crying, they would just go and sit there. So this is a very, very useful tool for all the visual learners. When they have a place to sit, this is my assigned place to sit. We have a lot of family members also who have their own place on the dining table, that this is
Right.
my place. This is my place on the sofa. So these are kind of visual learners where they have this ownership. They like being the owners of that place. So all the visual learning children, they love this, when they have this. And we had seen great settling happening when this is what we were doing.
Is your screen on, Ritu?
Uh, is it stopped sharing? I will share it
That's
again.
option.
Yeah, I will share it again. Can you see?
Yeah, we could see this one.
Yeah. The next activity which we did was, so this is an activity. So we have blended our entire curriculum like this, where we definitely did worksheets, but fine motor development, the grasp, the pincer grip, the tripod grip, all these development where we are giving them ankle movement, wrist movement, ankle movement, the shoulder movement. We made them do these kind of activities, which also added value. So there was one complaint that all the parents were coming forward with was the kids are not brushing their teeth. So we came out with this activity where we made the parents make cavities on these teeth. So we had given this printed material. So this is available online. You can take a print like this and you can put it on the Ziploc bag. This is for all the teachers and the parents also, where you feel that the kids are not brushing enough or not brushing the way they should be brushing, and make the cavities on this teeth and let them brush. Just see how this child brushes. So here you can see the child is also using the non-dominant hand. See, it is very important when the child is doing a worksheet, writing, them using both their hands, dominant and non-dominant hand. So it was very challenging for us to make them and brushing the teeth again at the end of it. So it was very important, very challenging, that how do we make them aware of their non-dominant hand. So these kind of activities really, really helped. And after this, we had asked parents to put this in the wash area, besides the wash basin. So whenever the child would see that, it would motivate the child to brush their teeth. Plus, again, the fine motor is happening. There are vocabulary words going, that you are rinsing, you are brushing, you are scrubbing, and so many vocabulary words were going. This is waterproof, so there is no water which is spoiling this paper. So immense vocabulary words they are able to comprehend. So there was a lot of development which was happening with this.
Very nicely, you've clubbed life skills.
Yeah.
You've clubbed your fine motor, your language skills. If you can see, there's a whole developmental domains of development are all happening over here with this one activity.
So this is another activity. So this is one activity where we definitely introduced colors. So, it was very challenging. So color is not something that we want our children to do rote learning with. Color is something that we want them to logically understand and get. So this is one activity where we made them make like kind of a bridge tunnel, kind of a tunnel connecting the same color. So red to red, yellow to yellow. And then we made them take through their vehicle, a transport vehicle, through this. You can see the child doing it. And you will see this child is facing the challenge and he is not able to, and he will take this auto rickshaw in the reverse mode. So, they are facing challenge and they are even coming out with ways that so this is basically development of the grasp. Color is also happening in this. Logic is also developing. They are able to comprehend the skill and they're having fun. You can see them smiling when they are doing this.
Right. Raju, this sheet the parent has made or the teacher has made?
No, we see it is again most important thing for all the schools, because if there is another lockdown happening and if the offline school doesn't start, provide parents with kits is a request that I would do, because it is very challenging for a parent
That's
to
what.
parallelly do things with the children and arrange for things. So give kits to the parents where you're providing them with everything, whatever is possible. This is again a color sequencing. This is a nursery child. So here we were playing a game. It's a loud shout out game that Poldi is our basically our mascot. So Poldi likes the color blue. So come on, quickly pick up the color blue and take it to the crayon box. So we provided them with crayons. So this is again a development of logic, comprehending, matching, the finger movement. You can see the child literally a little lift up the paper and put, so both the hands are utilized. There is eye hand brain coordination happening, cognitive development happening, and the listening is also happening, and there is kinesthetic because there is movement happening. And complicated topics like counting, we've done counting with this. You can do so many things with one single thing, where blue only needs is less hungry, so it only needs one crayon. The red crayon box is very hungry, so it needs 3 crayons. So something like that.
But Ritu, I would say great effort by the teacher to do all these things for the parents. I think it's hats off to the teachers.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Bela, that is what, the teacher's work has 10 times increased rather than decreasing due to the online education. Yeah.
Because all these resources otherwise would have been part of school. Now
Yes,
each child has to get one resource.
One resource, absolutely.
And the teacher has to cut and color and everything and give it.
It has been a lot of efforts.
The teachers, the parents are happy doing these activities, Ritu?
They are, because the children are seeing the results. The parents are seeing the results. Because at the end of the year, by this time, we can see immense growth in the children. See, when the child, alphabet recitation, recognition of alphabets, number is not what the school is all about. The school is about a lot of other development areas in the child. The child is going to develop in so many different ways when the child is coming to the school. So this is something which was understood by the parents could, relate to and understand. So this is one other activity where this is specifically designed for all kinesthetic learners, where there is a sheet of colored flashcard kind of a sheet lying on the other side of the room. We had provided them with a satin ribbon, or the parents had arranged for the satin ribbon. We had asked parents to put different kinds of colored objects on one side, and the kid, when the teacher is shouting out green color, she picks that object and walks on this line. This is also development of concentration. She reaches there, bends down, and matches that color. You can see the same thing happening on the screen for the child to understand.
There's a lot of balance also happening over here. So
the body, see, because for the writing to happen, the body balance is so important, because if there is no body balance, it is very difficult for a child to pick up the pencil and start writing. The gross motor development. And the kids love to do this. They love following instructions. The 40 minutes time, it just, flies by.
Very nice.
And I think the kids are not just sitting near the TV and watching. They're doing
No.
Yeah.
It is not. See, even in the classroom, Bela, Amrita, we never make the children sit for the complete 2 hours. There is a lot of movement which is happening inside the classroom also.
I like that the parent has put this on a TV also.
Yes,
so,
yes.
It's a big screen for the child to watch. The child is getting connected. Yes.
Absolutely. So this is one other activity. The teachers can develop the curriculum where you can make one day to be a gross motor developmental day, and which is fun activity. So this is a hurdle race where the child is first climbing up the stool. If you missed that. There is
Yes,
a
yeah.
stool there. And then the child is, so we had done the reptiles topic before this. So now
Okay.
the child is slithering like a snake. So, you know, the vocabulary words are also taken well by the children. Slithering like a snake and going under the chair. The children are anyways doing this in the house.
Right.
And this was sensory also. So then the child is soaking their legs, putting their legs inside the water tub. So now the feet is dry, wet. Now the child is going to dry their feet on the napkin and jump over the cushions. So this is something that they do it twice, thrice, and then they come and sit for the session.
And what I liked about this is that you use things that are easily available in the
Easily
house as
available in
well.
the house.
Ah.
Absolutely.
That's the
It's
best
not
thing.
an effort for the parent.
Not an
Right.
effort. Yeah. So this is something, you know, we ask parents that when there are holidays, you can do something like this where you can create a hurdle race in the house and let the children keep doing this. Non-fire cooking is something which develops so many skills in the children, so many skills. Understanding of shapes, understanding of textures, sensory development, understanding of following instructions, comprehending things, and the love. And they started eating. So during online, we could do quite a few things, but not eating. See, when the children come to school, no, the eating is taken care by the school, because here there are 20 children eating. So the kid starts eating. The development of taste buds happen. They are motivated to eat with the fork and the spoon. Their friends are eating. So this is something which should be there in the curriculum, in the online curriculum, where you introduce the children with healthy food, mixed, blended with something which is like cheese, and they eat. They prepare it themselves. They serve it to the family members. You can see the way the child is so excitedly doing this.
So much concentration.
So much concentration. There are tomatoes, there is cheese, you know, there is corn. So when the teacher is asking, now put one tomato, the counting is happening. Now put few corn seeds. The logic is development happening. So this is one activity which the children just love it. So for the younger kids, we make them do this. So this is also one activity. Water is one activity which settles the children very, very, very quickly. Very quickly. So anything like this, washing their toys, washing their clothes, washing a napkin, is something which is going to so much help them.
Very nice.
And kids love water anyways. So
They love
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
love water. And scrubbing their toys is so much fun.
Hmm.
Yes, it might be a little messy for parents, but the child is going to be engaged for more than, I would say, 30 to 40 minutes with these kind of activities. And this is not just scrubbing toys, which she's doing. Yes, she is understanding cleanliness, hygiene. She is, getting familiar with so many words, so many vocabulary words, plus so much of development again is happening.
Right. Ritu, how is this activity taken by boys? Do they enjoy this as well?
They love it. They love it.
Yeah.
Washing, kitchen activities, life skill, the cooking activities specifically. So now she's drying everything.
Very sweet.
I think this boy and girl thing is actually given
In
a
our
lot of
mind.
hype by the parents
Yeah.
and by the teachers, or
Right.
whatever, by the surrounding and environment. Children by themselves don't really care. They love
Right.
to do
They
everything.
don't. They love to do everything.
Correct.
Yeah. Just let me see if I've covered everything.
Give us any activities which involve all the, uh, you know, the visual learners, the kinesthetic learners, and the auditory learners. Is there any specific thing which would include everything?
So all of these activities were where every learner was, because there are colors, so visual learner is absolutely glued to it. There is movement happening where there is maybe the child is getting up, sitting down, or there is body movement happening. So the kinesthetic and tactile children love to touch. So anything which is hard coming in their hand or soft coming in their hand, they are going to be focused very well. And the auditory learners where the instructions are coming and they are listening and following to those instructions. So it is very, these all activities. So the teachers, when they are designing the curriculum for the next upcoming year, because now the cases are again, spiking
On
up.
the rise.
Yeah, they're spiking up. So the curriculum designing, one big tip from my end is blend the curriculum where they're covering up everything. They're covering up, touching upon each and every kind of learner, whether she's a auditory learner, visual learner, kinesthetic learner. It is very important for a teacher to understand that if the session is 40 minutes, the ECA has given an excellent plan. How do you conduct the online sessions? The 20-minute session, then a break time, and the 20-minute session, breaking the session in 2 sections, but further break down the session. Further break down the session in 7 minutes. So after 7 minutes, ask the child to maybe, now if I'm asking you, Amrita, look up, what can you see? Look up. You can
see my light.
I can see my fan. Now look around. Look around. You can see lights. Now look in front. Look on the side. Look on that side. You can see the window. What do you see outside the window? So there was one activity which we had done when we did the topic of birds. We had asked the parents, we had given prints of aquatic birds, which is the duck and the swan. And we had asked them to stick this in the bathroom, in the wash area, the shower area. So whenever the child would enter the shower area, the child would see the duck and the swan. So the relation that this is an aquatic animal is so clear, so clear. So whenever the child is going to see the duck, that where does this live? They are absolutely going to pick up the duck and put it in the water. Because see, when the child is coming to the school, what do they see? The teachers have charts ready. The revision happens. So revising these topics is a very important aspect that each teacher should keep under consideration, that they should keep revising and they should understand how do you revise these curriculum. How do you take the children back? So flashcards work very well. Something which the teacher has and the child has, same thing. That makes the child relate to the curriculum better. So for visual learners, the same thing, teacher also having, me also having, they feel a sense of belonging to the class. And the best thing about the online session is, on the screen, only the teacher is visible. So actually, the children connected with the teachers much faster than what a child would connect to the teacher offline. So yes, but the device screen should be a little bigger. It should be.
But I really like this idea of putting those pictures in the toilet, in the shower area. Really, that child will never forget this.
They will never forget.
It's something where every day I know I love water, and even these birds like water.
Like water. They are going to be around the water. Yeah.
Nice to create a relatedness to your activity.
Yes.
Parent partnership.
Yeah, it is a parent partnership. Yeah. So help the parents as much as school can and the teachers can, because it is a challenge for parents. It's never happened in the mankind history that, the parent has taken care so much of a child. It's never happened.
Challenges for parents, challenge for the teachers.
Everywhere, Bela. The schools are...
Children are the suffering.
Maximum major sufferers are the children, because the children have seen the worst, because pandemic brought the worst in all of us, out in all of us. So the children have really gone through a lot of things.
True.
Yeah.
So there's also been a big plug-in for their learning, what you would learn in school, how much ever you may try to do online, it is not the same. So that plug-in has happened, and they've very important years you know, have been affected.
Absolutely. And these 0 to 5 are the most important years. And for the parent and the school to understand that don't miss these years, the playgroup and the nursery. Don't miss this year, because these children are coming to you only the next year. So if we are going to miss this development, then it is very difficult following instructions, English language, delivering the language English. There are many challenges which the schools only will face, the parents will face. The attention span time goes for a toss when the kid is not coming to the school or attending a session like this.
True.
Yeah.
Totally. So
So do
anything
we,
else anyone has to ask Ritu over here?
any questions? Please put in the question answer chat box. At the moment, there are no questions. We'll wait for just 2 minutes more.
But Ritu, very nice. I loved all your points over here about involving all the different learners, giving them kinesthetic activities to start the class, giving these SOPs to parents so that they are prepared. I
Right.
think it's been a very comprehensive session right now, and great value to people who are actually conducting sessions.
Thank you so
Really.
much. So because there is no point in complicating things. The more you will simplify these things, it's better for the child development. It should be child oriented, where the kid is able to independently do this. The school should be very clear with where exactly they want to lead the child by the end of the year. The kid has to write when the kid is reaching nursery. When the kid is reaching junior KG, they have to comprehend things. So the school needs to understand, the teacher needs to understand that where they want to lead and accordingly plan.
Correct. Bela, you'll take the question, which
Yeah,
is
we
there.
have one question which somebody is asking. What is SOP?
The SOP is a standard operating procedure, which every school has, every teachers have, and which is given by the school to the teachers when they're developing the curriculum. There is an SOP for the class, that how does a class run or how is the curriculum developed. So that is the SOP, standard operating procedure.
Also, when you're developing curriculum, it's also statement of purpose.
Yeah.
Or in a
That
business
is, for
letter.
curriculum, it is
So,
a statement.
or
of
also
purpose.
for a business letter, statement
Yeah,
of purpose.
statement
so
of
in case
purpose.
anyone is
Yeah.
confused.
And for COVID time, it's safety operations procedure. ऐसे कुछ है ना?
Yes.
I think different meanings to SOP.
Yeah.
Different.
So,
But right now it is
yeah.
standard operating procedures. Yes.
So somebody says it's a nice session, ma'am. Very helpful ideas to teach kindergarten children. Thank you so much. So Ritu, thanks from all of us over here on the ABCD show.
Thank
We
you
really
so
loved your
much.
session. And I love the idea of catering to all the learners, which is very, very important for us. So let's keep that in mind when we plan our curriculum for our children, to keep in mind for all the learners here. And so with that, Ritu, thank you once again for being here with us. And we really had a great time with you, Ritu.
Thank you so much for having me, Bela and
Thanks,
Amrita.
Welcome.
Ritu.
And thank you so much, all the viewers,
Yes.
for your time.
Thanks to all the audience for always being here for us. Thanks for all the support in the ABCD show. Kindly join our Facebook group called Thought Leaders Group, and also like us on YouTube. We would love to have you there as well. Yes, thank you
and
once
we are
again.
coming out with some courses, Bela.
Yes,
Don't forget to
Gitanjali,
mention our
yes.
course.
Our very expert speaker Gitanjali Kaul is having a course on storytelling, which is starting on 5th of April. So if anybody would like to join, you can write to us on the ABCD Show 6, and we'll send you the payment link as well. So thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Until next time.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye,
Bye, Ritu.
Muskan. Thank you for attending. And thanks, Ritu. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.